New teeth, new me.
She got the braces off.
Yes, I did.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Shacey Bender. I'm Cheyenne.
And I'm Sierra, and welcome back to this week's video. It's summertime. You know what that means. We got a new TV, and of course, the first thing we had to watch on it was High School Musical 2 to kick off the summer season.
Now that'll always be the first movie. I mean, it just so happened to be the day that we had to take notes for this video. Our TV broke. So we're here together all in East High
High School Musical themed makeup.
I'm proud of a school I don't go to. It's funny because the school that we used to go to had the same color scheme as East High, except like get rid of the gold. Yeah, not as classy. So the thing is that I would never do this for that school, but I will willingly, immediately throw on, I mean, it's not even face paint, I just use makeup, but you get the point. I would immediately just do that for a fictional high school from a Disney Channel movie.
She literally has Troy's number on her face.
Number 14.
And so today, we're going to go through all of High School Musical 2 and remember it in all of its glory.
The thing is, like, this is regarded as the best High School Musical film by many people. And after watching it, I do understand why. Let's get into it.
So the movie starts off with Miss Darbus kind of just running her mouth, saying stuff that genuinely doesn't make sense, trying to relate summer to theater. Soon into her long speech, everyone starts a cult summer chant.
The iconic cult summer chant. Summer, summer, summer. And Chad kisses Miss Darbus. Ew. It's just funny that I've noticed that only people have been realizing that that happened in the film recently.
Like, that's just disgusting. Like, I don't even know why that occurred. Who wrote that into the film? We need answers.
So they kick off the film, of course, with the banger, "What time is it?" Corbin Bleu brought everything he had, and he gave. Spinning off of lockers, just throwing himself everywhere, but never missing a beat.
I love how they just sing and start dancing and have like the whole thing with the basketball dribbling routine, and they just wreck the whole school, throw papers all over the place. And it wasn't even the end of the school day, because they were in the hallways, and like, you know, after that, you know.
Wait, oh my god, you're right. They talk after that musical number in the school.
And I guess Spencer Walsh from Good Luck Charlie attends East High.
Little fun fact, if you didn't notice him as one of the background actors. As a Hairspray fan, you know, the Hairspray the musical, it weirds me out because I'm pretty sure that High School Musical 2 and Hairspray were filmed relatively around the same time. And all of a sudden in this film, not the first one, but the second one, Troy starts to act like Link from Hairspray.
Basically, we have the iconic T for Gabby necklace scene, and the way Troy speaks in this scene, it's Link.
Yeah,
it's
and
not even High School Musical 1 Troy Bolton. It's like a new Troy Bolton.
It never happens as long as we're together. It's cool, right?
I noticed this also throughout the movie. Like, why is he always like winking and again just doing stuff that Link would do?
Honestly, I think it's really narcissistic that Troy would give Gabriella a necklace with his initial on it.
Yeah, this is why we're always like, oh, it's T for Gabby.
He really thinks that her whole world revolves around him. But, you know, it's okay, I guess.
He actually forgot that Gabriella didn't start with a T. He was like, wait, there isn't a silent T at the beginning of Gabriella?
Oh, that makes sense why he would give her a necklace with the wrong initial on it.
No, but she even is like, T for Troy? Yeah, I guess.
What? Yeah.
Sharpay is so pissed seeing Gabriella just winning in life. She took her spot in the show at school, and she's just so over it. Troy is the top dog of the school. He is everyone's idol, I guess. I don't really know. And she thinks that he should be her man. So she begins evilly plotting. She's not sure what she's gonna do yet, but she's got something up her sleeve.
She's gotta make a scheme to get her mans this summer.
So I don't know if Troy was playing basketball with the boys, but they're all at his house with his dad, the coach, and Troy gets a mysterious phone call.
And something we noticed is that Get Your Head in the Game is his ringtone, and so it made us really think about their universe that they live in. How is that even possible unless they know that they are in a movie? And or they actually know that they live in a musical. Well, either way, the musical has to be documented.
Yeah, like it would have had to be recorded for it to be his ringtone. Anyway,
so he gets a phone call from Fulton, who is the general manager of the Lava Springs Country Club that Sharpay's parents own.
I don't know. We don't get to hear the whole entire phone call, but it seems like he only mentions getting Gabriella a job on the phone. But I guess he gets himself and basically the whole entire student body of East High a job at Lava Springs. I don't know how he did that, but he did. I guess the whole thing is that Sharpay's plan was do anything to get Troy to work here so I can date him.
And Fulton took orders.
I guess in order to get Troy to work, everyone has to get a job.
Also, I want to laugh because in our notes I didn't realize there was a typo, so it's actually saying that Fulton is the general manger, the nativity. So Sharpay and Ryan arrive at the country club with Sharpay's amazing Barbie car, practically, with fabulous on the license plate.
But without the O. She always spells fabulous. I don't know if you noticed that, but I swear it says it like that in her locker too.
Wait, really?
I swear, I might be wrong, don't quote me on that, but I swear I saw it. I'm not sure.
When they arrive at the country club, it is revealed that they will be holding a talent show at the country club. Sorry, I love saying a country club because of the Big Time Rush Till I Forget About You music video.
Country club? How are we supposed to rock this?
Good luck, guys.
You're gonna need it.
This detail of just a talent show existing will be important later.
So, Sharpay and Ryan hit the pool with Kelly from Big Time Rush and two other girls, and she just starts singing about how greedy she is. But honestly though, like, she does deserve everything. She does deserve everything to be fabulous and as amazing as possible just because she is Sharpay. That's my personal belief.
You know what the thing is that, of course, I thought that scene was amazing when I was a child. It really was fabulous. But then as like years went on and I liked the other High School Musical movies more than the second one, when we watched this time I was like, whoa, this was better than I was expecting. Actually, the way it was choreographed, everything was just amazing about it. And it was also just like way more visually stunning than I remember, like Barbie Dreamhouse.
Something that doesn't make sense about it is that like Ryan, like they literally were cutting to him sitting next to Sharpay, but then he's also playing the piano. I was confused.
And also, it gives me anxiety that the piano keys were like going brown. Did you notice that?
No. Ew.
No, that's the thing is, that's what always sticks in my mind about that scene is how the piano keys were turning brown. That's the only thing I remember about Ryan playing the piano. We notice different details.
Yeah.
So Troy and his friends also arrive at the country club, and again he does the like there's this link. Yeah. Sounds like it should be on a song, honestly. I'm gonna do that, but anyway. So they come to start working at the country club, and Gabriella comes out in her lifeguard outfit because she is the lifeguard. And Sharpay is so pissed about it because she didn't know that Gabriella and everyone else was also
hired.
Yeah, that they were also going to work there. Like, she thought it was only going to be Troy. She was so mad that she dramatically falls in the pool, and a woman who is definitely not Gabriella jumps into the water and saves her from drowning. Like, she really wasn't, but whatever. And I don't know who that woman was, but maybe her name is also Gabriella. Def not Gabby.
I don't know why they couldn't get a better extra to jump in the pool for Vanessa Hudgens. I don't understand. Sharpay is pissed, and she goes to go complain to her mom about everything that's going on to see if she can do anything about this. But her mother couldn't give two F's about anything that her daughter was saying, and she just starts to do headstands with Ryan in the meditation room.
Ryan and his mom literally did something like that was kind of similar to the like, ooh, Oh, well, they did it like this, so
Yeah,
that's why
they
I
did.
was gonna do the thing from the movie,
Yeah.
but, so I'm sorry that I messed that up.
No, but it was like something like,
It was like,
I was just gonna say it was gonna be like the thing in Hannah Montana, you know what I mean? But
well, yeah, that's
they
what
have
I was
that.
trying to say, but then for some reason I went to go do the thing from the movie instead, so, like, let's forget about that
Yeah.
and move on. You know, clearly Sharpay and Ryan's mom couldn't hide the favoritism.
Yeah, like, it's very clear who the favorite is, unfortunately, and maybe that's why Sharpay does all of this, because she just doesn't get attention from her parents.
She's grasping for it. She's like, notice me, Mom.
And obviously, like, all the people from East High can't just all get fired. So Sharpay tells Fulton, you better give them the worst working conditions possible and make them want to quit. And then we cut to... we can't even contain ourselves. We get to everyone's first day at work,
and Fulton is interacting with the East High students in the kitchen, and while Fulton is there, he spits in Troy's mouth in the kitchen.
It's not inspiration, but perspiration.
Ew, did you see that though? Wait,
However,
right
it's
here.
not perspiration.
And I mean, that really is bad working conditions. I mean, no wonder in the song Work This Out, they say that the boss is a creep. Perspiration.
Ew. So Fulton just starts lecturing the kids, basically being like, knock it off, don't mess around, be professional. And everyone just starts complaining about work already, and they didn't even start doing anything yet. Then they just start breakdancing in the kitchen to get their frustrations out, and they just start banging on all the pots and pans.
We can work this out. Work this.
Gonna work this. We can work this out. The thing is that I just don't know why they were complaining. They were acting like Fulton was being so, like, angry and harsh. Like, yeah, he spit in Troy's mouth. Like, that was gross. Like, I will give them that. But he was just telling them to do their job. Like, I don't know what they're complaining about. It seems like they're just mad that they have to work at their job. It's like, why did you want a summer job if you didn't want to work?
Like, the only one who isn't mad, who should be, is Troy. And also in this scene, right after the musical number, we find out that Troy also has a talent for not only singing, but writing things upside down. Let's go.
And, like, also possibly writing in reverse.
Yeah, like
Like,
how
both
does that-
reverse and upside down.
But in my opinion, like, my theory, definitely Coach Bolton. That is...
What about Coach Bolton?
He definitely passed it down to his son.
It's like hereditary.
Their eyes are actually upside down.
They actually see upside down all the time.
and reverse. Just a theory.
What a rare eye condition.
So Troy and Gabriella have a picnic date on the golf course, and Sharpay can't have that. She will not stand for this. So she tells Fulton to go get maintenance to put the sprinklers on and try to ruin their date. But because Troy and Gabriella are annoying as hell and they romanticize everything, they're like, yeah, and started like dancing together and frolicking through the grass. Kind of annoying, if you ask me. I'm just kidding. I'm not one of those people who's like, Sharpay did nothing wrong, and Troy and Gabriella are really the ones who did everything wrong. I'm not one of those people, but I like to joke about it that way, at least.
Literally, remember, I don't know, a couple of years ago, I swear so many people were making videos about Sharpay not being the villain at all, and that she did nothing wrong. It's like, yes, like, honestly, she has good reasons for what she did. Well, not in the second film, but in the first film anyway. Because, like, everything's being, like, taken away from her. But at the same time, she is the villain. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Seriously. We all love Sharpay, but that doesn't mean that she's all of a sudden, like, not the villain now. You know, she can still be a beloved character and still be the villain. And then, because I guess they weren't supposed to be having a picnic on the golf course, like, I guess that's not allowed. They get in trouble with Fulton.
I mean, they're not members.
Yeah.
So after that, Troy and Gabriella hear Kelsey playing a song on the piano that she wrote for them, hoping that they would enter the talent show with that song. And Troy is like, nah, dog. When I'm done with work, I'm hitting the pool. No singing for me, please. That'll be all.
But they start jamming out to the song anyway because Gabriella really wanted to sing it.
Of course, once again, Gabriella just roping Troy into things that he does not want to be a part of.
Troy won't pull up his pants. We could literally see his undies, the whole entire scene as they're singing Music and Me. And then the whole kitchen staff just comes out and starts singing the song too and skips work.
But why does no one talk about how literally we almost saw Troy's, like, the whole underwear? Like, literally, so much of it is showing, and no one told him to pull up his pants, and we're like, we're definitely keeping this in the movie. The double standard between women and men. He can show up to set, pants half down, make them sag as much as possible. Like, that's actually, I think, what the director said.
Honestly, American men.
Just be glad there wasn't doo-doo in there.
Yeah.
I was waiting to see brown.
Like, when you're walking around in America, you're probably going to see a bunch of guys that look like that with their pants half down. But at least Troy didn't have poop in his underwear, though, because, like, usually you see that when you walk around in America.
I'm sick of seeing those videos of the guys doing backflips and then there's just, like, a big brown stain because, again, their underwear is completely showing.
You're pooping your pants on purpose at that point, because the guy kept making videos over and over again, and it's still there.
Troy ends up, you know, agreeing to enter the talent show, but only under certain conditions. He'll only join the talent show if everyone else does too, who got hired there from the school. So, I guess we're getting the band back together, guys.
Ryan was spying on this whole entire thing, and he found out that not only Kelsey didn't write Music and Me for Ryan and Sharpay to perform at the talent show, but that all of the Wildcats would be joining the talent show as well.
Of course, Ryan is Sharpay's minion, so he immediately tells her this information via walkie-talkie, I'm pretty sure. And Sharpay doesn't even break a sweat, because she immediately has a plan in her mind, because she's the mastermind fooling us all. We're all under the spell of Sharpay Evans, and we don't know what's coming next. And she plans to get Troy to perform with her at the talent show.
So Sharpay tries to get on Troy's good side by having her dad help him get into college at U of A, since he has connections with the school.
Also, one thing I think that we should mention is that this is, like, really honestly a good way to guilt trip him if she's really trying,
Yeah.
because it was mentioned earlier in the movie, like, that Troy doesn't know how he's gonna get into college because he can't afford it unless he were to get a scholarship.
Yeah. And then during this whole ordeal, she guilt trips Troy into promising that he will sing with her. So he already fell into her trap because she is the mastermind of the operation.
And then my favorite thing happens. It's just very Disney Channel, or I don't even know if it's really Disney Channel or if it's just specifically High School Musical, but Troy just runs back into the kitchen and screams for absolutely no reason, and then once he's done, he just walks out.
He's just like me, for real.
Let those emotions out.
So then after Troy's done screaming, Fulton makes Troy late for his date with Gabriella and forces him to watch a very offensive performance by Sharpay and Ryan. This scene was actually a deleted scene. It was cut from TV, but for some reason it's on the Disney Plus version, which I find interesting.
I don't really know, because the thing is, I'm also just like, is anything they're saying, does it actually mean anything? If they're just saying nothing, like, just, I don't know.
Yeah, like, do we have a Peter Pan situation on our hands? What did they do with that song? Are they actually saying real words in a different language? Or are they being, like, even more offensive by just saying basically gibberish? I don't know. But Troy escapes Sharpay by complimenting something about her outfit. I don't know if it was her shoes.
No, I swear he was like, nice shoes. And she was like, oh my gosh, thanks. For some reason, it's like, she got so excited about it, like, literally in her mind, that she, like, looked up and he was able to walk away. That she was like, oh my gosh, like, and then looked right back down and he's not there, like, as if he wasn't taller than her. I mean, clearly no one has good vision in any of these movies. Do y'all remember the first one?
Literally, Sharpay walked into the bathroom and Gabriella was right there, but she didn't see her. But anyway, Troy gets back to his pool date with Gabriella, but he gets there, like, extremely late, obviously, because of the whole performance that he was forced to watch.
So he goes in the pool and Gabriella's like, we're not supposed to be in here. And so he pretends to drown to get her to go swimming with him.
I need a lifeguard.
Lifeguard, I need help.
It's giving Roderick in Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yikes. I'm gonna forget that Troy ever did that.
Yeah, because that really gave me the ick. They get caught in the pool by Fulton, and they get another strike added to their record since, you know, the whole golf course picnic incident. And if they get one more, they will be fired. But not really. It would really only be Gabriella that would be getting fired because Sharpay can't have Troy getting fired, obviously.
Clearly, he really does have nothing to worry about with Sharpay trying to keep him there because even after the incident, he even gets promoted to a job that he isn't even qualified for and then gets membership perks after the pool incident.
Yeah, literally the next day. So he basically has to do stuff with golf. Like, he has to teach people how to do golf.
I thought it was for children, and that's why, like, Fulton was trying to convince him that he was qualified. Oh, you're just gonna help these kids play golf. But yet Sharpay shows up and gets Troy to teach her how to play golf, even though she already knows how.
Well, I mean, if they own Lava Springs, then he has to, I guess. So Troy has to teach Sharpay how to play golf, even though she already knows how. She's just, you know, doing this to spend time with him, and then she gaslights him once again, being like, remember what you promised. You're gonna sing with me at the talent show.
And then Troy honestly starts to become he starts to become a big fat meanie head. He becomes a jerk. I didn't really notice it when I was younger, and even for some reason I remember watching it like maybe last year and being like, I don't understand why his friends are so mad at him. But actually, he was acting like he was, you know, too good and bossing his friends around. Like, yes, his friends are working there, but he didn't have to make their lives worse than they already were. They're already in bad working conditions. He literally forced Chad to go fix his order over a slice of cheese. It was the wrong slice of cheese. He wanted Swiss, Chad. And everyone gets mad at Troy for changing his order.
I don't even know what to say about that. Honestly, if it were me, just, like, eat the damn burger. Like, it's a slice of cheese. Troy, just calm down.
I mean, but obviously the actual underlying thing here, not that everyone was actually just pissed off because he wanted a different slice of cheese. All of his friends turn on him. No, obviously the real underlying issue is that everyone feels like he's changing into someone that he's not and thinks that he's, like, too good for certain things now that he's been hanging out with Sharpay and just because of everything with his job.
Sharpay takes Kelsey's song that she wrote for Troy and Gabriella and takes a fat dump on Ryan. Now Ryan doesn't have a song partner for the talent show and he's left to fend for himself.
And all because she chose a man over her brother. Because now Ryan doesn't have a partner or a song for the show because Sharpay wants to perform with Troy.
Gabby is pissed. You know, Troy keeps making all these promises that he can't keep, ditching his friends,
missing all their dates.
I promise.
Promise is a really big word, Troy.
She just doesn't like the way he is acting. At the beginning of the summer, it was supposed to be all about them getting to spend time together while doing a summer job, but it's just no longer about that anymore for Troy.
Seems like a new Troy.
So while Troy is off probably playing basketball with the people at U of A or hanging out with Sharpay, Taylor and Gabriella invite Ryan to the gay baseball game.
To be himself. Somehow, Chad and Ryan get into an argument about dancing and baseball and break out into a baseball game musical number, and in all honesty, I'm afraid of the men dancing. What is that? We're doing it the opposite way.
I'm sorry.
Like, we weren't even in sync either.
Yeah, let's try it again. Oh, I can't do it. Chad and Ryan switch teams.
So you call that a little thing?
And our personal favorite detail, besides again the fact that it's like, we're gay, by the way. Chad actually gets kicked in the head by Ryan if you pay attention. I never noticed this when I was younger. Nobody talks about it, but in the I Don't Dance scene, if you zoom in, like right at the end of the song, Ryan kind of like tackles or like falls on Chad and kicks him in the head. He ate that shoe.
Now that Gabriella and Ryan are besties now after the gay baseball game, he was showing her some dance moves by the pool. And this movie was really trying to act like Ryan, who is obviously gay. I mean, look at what we just watched. The baseball game is a threat to Troy and Gabriella's relationship. Like, he's trying to move in on Troy's girl.
But Troy isn't really doing anything to stop it, but he's just like uncomfortable every time he sees them two together. I mean, even when you're watching this scene, it's like Ryan is not a threat to their relationship. And even as soon as like Troy shows up, he gives like the most friendly, like, hey, like, I'm not interested in women.
Then after that, Troy and Chad get into a huge fight about Troy's behavior. Because to a certain extent, Troy is right. Like, he is just taking the opportunities that he's getting, but it's just his attitude that isn't good.
Yeah,
really.
like, he can't choose whether he gets special treatment or not, but it's just the fact, like, again, even if he was getting the special treatment, maybe he shouldn't also make it worse for his friends, being like, change the cheese on the burger, Chad, because you're my little server boy now, so giddy up, go get to that kitchen and get me that cheese.
So then Troy gets dragged into a rehearsal for his and Sharpay's performance for the talent show. It's just so funny how he can't keep up at all with Sharpay's rendition of Music and Me. Link could have done it, but not Troy.
This isn't Lady's Choice. This is so funny to me that I actually have a whole Pinterest board dedicated to Troy Bolton, and I have the picture of him being like trying to sing, but he's like, these high notes are so awkward.
And then he just gets so frustrated and pissed off after the rehearsal. And like always, he plays basketball and shoots some hoops to get his frustrations out and misses every single shot.
Put a shirt on.
I just love how it happened in the first movie, and then it happens again in this film. It all comes full circle. And then we just have this really weird scene where Sharpay sees Ryan and the rest of the Wildcats, you know, like dancing and like practicing for the talent show. She just gets so mad about it, and then she wants to have a dramatic exit, so she tells the drummer, give me a beat, and she struts all the way to Fulton.
Give me a beat.
By the time she makes it to Fulton, she's in a different outfit.
Is it a different day?
But the music was still playing and she was still walking in that strut, so it was funny. Sharpay goes to tell Fulton not to let any of the employees perform at the talent show because she's just so mad about Ryan and everyone performing because he basically turned on her in her eyes.
And then Gabriella sees Sharpay and they actually kind of get in an argument, but you know what? Gabriella stands up for herself and she ate. She slayed the house down. And then, you know, also on top of this, after this scene, she's like, I'm done with Troy too. So she's gotta go her own way.
She quit her job and she left Troy behind after a dramatic musical number about her being distraught about leaving this whole relationship because she wants to remember this summer, but not like this. She gives Troy back the tea for a Gabby necklace, and Troy finds out that the employees won't be able to perform at the talent show. He's just so frustrated. He has to dance out his anger on the golf course.
And in the process of this, not only does he realize, who am I? Like, you know what I mean? Trying to figure out who he is and let his emotions out, while also finding out he has a water twin. Literally a flat twin stuck in the water.
He ate him in the womb, and now he's like coming back as a ghost. It's like that's why he can't recognize his own face anymore.
No, but
because he's actually not even looking at himself in the water, it's his water twin.
No, but in all seriousness though, why does it look like that? Like, I know it's a Disney Channel film, but like, everything looked really good in this movie. movie. So the fact that it's so flat and looks like a sticker on the water.
I think it was just a filming issue because obviously they didn't want to film his face in the water and then have the reflection of the cameras and equipment also show up in the water. So
Yeah.
I guess that was their quick fix.
I mean, but honestly, would I say to change it and like actually try to get the water shot? Absolutely not. I am glad that every time I get to watch this movie or watch the music video, I get to see this, let's copy and paste like the footage, flat sticker of a man on the water, but warped because it's supposed to be water every time.
It's a video fathead, a decal in the water. After he's done dancing on the golf course, he decides to quit the show because he just doesn't think it's right. It's not fair for him to get to perform when his friends would have to be working all night on that day, especially because he doesn't even want to perform with Sharpay anyway, and then his friends were also working hard on their number for the talent show that they were never gonna get to do anyway.
Yeah, and honestly, he was like, if they're not gonna be able to do this when, like, they put so much work into it, and I don't even want this either, like, I'm just not even gonna do it. So now Sharpay doesn't have a partner to perform with at the talent show, but when Sharpay asks Ryan to be her partner again, he stands up for himself and is like, no, I don't remember anything about this game.
Yeah, I don't either. But either way, they have like a little fight. But in the meantime, Troy apologizes to all the Wildcats, but especially Chad because
The cheese.
yeah, the cheese. And everyone forgives him for everything that he did. Then after this, Ryan suggests that Troy should still try to perform with Sharpay because he doesn't want to see his sister crash and burn on stage.
But little do we know, he had a plan up his sleeve that we as an audience weren't aware of.
Troy says that he will only perform with Sharpay if the Wildcats get to perform.
So this means that the faculty, like the staff, will be able to perform if she says yes to this, and Spencer Walsh spreads the secret. He's like, the staff is able to perform.
Then Ryan is like, oh, change in plans, you gotta learn a new song. So Troy is forced to learn a song with Kelsey in 5 minutes. And in the end, we see that Ryan tricked Sharpay and Troy to get Troy and Gabriella back together so they can perform on stage together like how it was always meant to be. They sing the song every day. There is something that I would like to mention with this part of the movie. A lot of people, including myself, were extremely confused how Gabriella even got back to Lava Springs or how she even knew about all this going on and why she had Troy's necklace back. But apparently there is a deleted scene where Taylor goes to Gabriella's house and gets her to Lava Springs. So just a little fun fact for you. Honestly, the movie would have made so much more sense if they would have kept it. But for some reason, they left it out of the movie.
Because when Troy was, about to go on, he was like, Sharpay, why did you change the song? They obviously already practiced something, and Sharpay was like, I didn't change the song. Like, what the hell, Ryan?
So I guess at some point Ryan was like, instead of letting my sister perform, I'd rather not even see her perform at all. But Sharpay gets to be included in the performance anyway because Troy decides to pull her up on stage and include her in it because she's one of the Wildcats too. Ryan actually ends up being the winner of the talent show because Sharpay, she didn't feel right taking the trophy, so she gave it to Ryan.
Honestly, though, it's still kind of stupid. It's gonna end up in the same place. They
Yeah.
share the trophy case because their parents own the country club. So honestly, does it really matter who won? You know what I mean? I guess symbolically, like, whatever, but who honestly cares? After this whole...
After the talent show.
Yeah, this whole fiasco is over, and now it's just time to chill out and enjoy the summer. So let's head to the golf course on those real, unreal hills and set off lanterns with the fakest fireworks I have ever seen. It's just as bad as the water, and it's hilarious because it's like, guys, lanterns and fireworks, that's not a good mix. And then plus the sprinklers go off.
There's going to be an explosion tonight.
Troy and Gabriella are over here kissing, but I think that there's gonna be some death. So that also leads into the fact, like, Troy and Gabriella have their first kiss because they kept getting interrupted throughout the whole entire film.
A lot was going on in that scene. Now that all the drama is over and everyone has reconciled, it's time to party and hit the pool. So they jam out with Miley Cyrus and sing All for One. They jump in the pool and Vanessa Hudgens almost drowns.
Is she okay? Hi. And that is High School Musical 2.
Honestly, amazing film. I understand why this is people's favorite High School Musical movie.
But I don't know. Me personally, like, the thing is, when I was watching it, I was like, this is so good. The choreography is actually a lot better than it was in the first one. But the first movie is so iconic to me that, like, you can't change my mind. Like, I'm still gonna like the first one more than the second. Although I do think that the second one is a more better put together movie. I mean, the first one's kind of stupid. I mean, like, at least this one had, like, a plot, whereas the first one is like, stereotypes exist? Stick to the stuff you know. Stick to the status quo. But honestly, the third movie is actually my favorite, so.
Yeah.
And that's not even a Disney Channel movie, so.
Because that actually went in theaters and it was like a real production. It's like a stark difference when you watch the other two films compared to the third.
But it's just weird that the third one is my favorite, considering the fact that I don't think that the songs in it are as iconic as the other ones and from the other films. But I think the thing about it is I obviously find it relatable. I mean, graduating from high school, like, that type of thing, like, I'm at that point in my life. And then also on top of that, Troy is like a person. Like, that's what this movie lacked, was like, first of all, Troy was barely in it somehow, but then also simultaneously everything revolves around him being terrible. That's what I was missing. I wanted some Troy Bolton, but instead I got Troy Fulton.
Fulton is like the most annoying character of this whole entire movie. This is, I guess, our rendition of what
went down.
Plot, how it went down, and the things we noticed in the film.
The Shacy Bender retelling of High School Musical 2.
I think we should say our concluding thoughts about the film, you know, our final thoughts, our review, the final commentary statement of the video.
This movie is long as hell.
Yeah, it was like 2 hours long. But it was a treat, and while watching it, I really got that summer feeling, and it's a feeling that I used to feel when I was a kid, around the time when the movie actually came out. When I was a kid, like, it really felt like summer, because it's like, oh, when you get out of school, and the summer feels so long, and like, it's gonna be great and amazing. But I just don't get that feeling anymore, honestly, about summer. So I really enjoy that I can still get that feeling at least for 2 hours when watching this amazing masterpiece of a dcom.
Yeah, because not only do I not like the heat, but I mean, summer's probably my least favorite season, but like, you know, the vibes could at least be here, okay? But it's not. So I have to watch High School Musical to kind of remember what it's supposed to be like.
If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.
We have a gaming channel.
A link to that will be in the description. We play a lot of Nintendo games on there, so go check that out if you're interested. Comment down below your thoughts on High School Musical 2. Who's your favorite character? Rank all the songs. Honestly, if you feel like it. What's your favorite song from High School Musical 2?
My personal favorite is Bet On It, but the thing is, I actually think that the best song from this movie, which is honestly one of the best songs out of the entire series of movies as a whole, is definitely Music in Me.
Yeah, and I like Work This Out as well a lot. God bless you. Jesus loves you. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye. Chasey Bender signing off.